So how's this for a growth story? The 3-year-old vacation rental site Airbnb says by next year it expects to have more rooms for rent than the Hilton hotel chain. Already, the company says it's booked more than 2 million nights since 2008. The company now has $100 million in funding from the likes of Sequoia, Greylock, and even tech investor with an acting hobby, Ashton Kutcher. Joining us now is Airbnb's co-founder and CEO, Brian Chesky. Welcome to Bloomberg West.
Thank you for having me.
I really was looking forward to this interview because I booked my first Airbnb stay for this weekend, so yeah. I'll be checking you out. But first, give us an update on how fast Airbnb is growing. How many rooms are being booked a night? So,
to give you some perspective, this time last year, there were probably 12 of us working in a 3-bedroom apartment. Today we have 130 employees, 60 in San Francisco. We're growing 40% month over month. I think we had announced in February we had 1 million nights booked, and now we're at 2 million, and we're adding over close to 1,000 new homes and apartments all over the world every single day.
So why do you think this whole idea of collaborative consumption, as we call it, why is that taking off?
I think access is becoming more powerful than ownership. The idea with a single click of a button, you can get access to people and spaces all over the world in cultures you never even knew existed. It's, I think, it's a growing movement that's going to truly change, I think, the way an entire generation travels.
And you went homeless for a few months last year just to stay in different Airbnb places. What did you learn that you're trying to improve with the service today?
I think people who make great products for themselves. They make something for themselves that they love. And as a travel company, it's really hard to make a product and use it every single day. So I simulated travel by staying in homes all over San Francisco. And what we're doing, it's super powerful, is getting people online, offline. If Web 2.0 or whatever they call it is about getting people online together, we're about getting people together offline. And is that transition to meeting people you didn't know from another culture offline. And we kept refining that experience.
So HomeAway just IPO'd, VRBO. There's a lot of competition out there. What makes you think that you can do this better?
I think the fact that we are a trusted community marketplace. We have a vibrant community of people all over the world, and we have this, social layer where you can actually see friends of friends. You can stay with people in your extended network, and the fact that it's a marketplace that with a single click of a button, the way you book a hotel, you can actually get someone's home or apartment around the world. And we have a collection of people all over the world that have reviews, and those reviews are transactional, kind of like eBay.
Now, you guys are obviously getting a lot of buzz, one of the hottest startups in the Valley. Reports that you recently raised at $1 billion valuation. And in talking with investors, Airbnb is sometimes brought up as an example that we are in a bubble. How do you respond to that?
Well, the way I'd respond to that is that's based on speculation of a fundraising. We've raised $7.2 million to date, and we are a company that, is growing very, very quickly, and people in various cities are making real income on our website, providing extra space. I think it's a really powerful business model, and I think that a company that's been able to generate revenue by providing housing in over 15,000 cities around the world, is a very fundamentally sound business model.
So, do you think it's worth $1 billion?
I think that's for the investors to decide, not for us.
I want to talk to you about Ashton Kutcher. He's kind of had his eye on you. He brought you to his own equivalent of Sun Valley for younger entrepreneurs, and he does back your company. What's it like working with Ashton Kutcher?
Ashton's great. He actually is really astute about social media and about how to get a company into the mainstream. We like to say that if eBay can become this $40 billion company by monetizing stuff in your attic, how big could a company be if they monetized the whole house? So that's why I think that if we can just figure out a way to get Airbnb into the mainstream, and that's what Ashton's going to help us do, then I do think we're going to truly be a company that will be one day much greater than $1 billion valuation.
So you guys do have a lot of employees in the U.S., but you also have employees abroad. How fast are you planning to expand internationally?
It's hard to say. This is a movement that's growing. It's growing 40% month over month. And the way it grows is people stay in a city, and then they travel to another city, and they literally spread the concept as they travel, which is really exciting. we're hiring probably a few people every day around the world. We just opened an office in Hamburg, Germany, and it took us a couple years in San Francisco and headquarters to get to 30 people, and then in a month or two, they built their team up to about 30 employees in Germany, and we're going to be opening other offices to have a really local presence in countries all over the world.
We've seen with Groupon a lot of clones out there all around the world. I mean, is there any sense of urgency to get out there so your idea doesn't get cloned somewhere else where it's more localized and they do it better or differently than you?
I think there is, now that our success is public, there is this sense that we want to make sure that people can search a single site and be able to travel anywhere around the world. And to be able to do that, we need to have presence globally in every single market. We don't want to be the site that you search to stay in the United States in these 3 countries. And so yes, there is, for us, we view this as a way that we want to spread as quickly as possible this vision. We think it's truly changing the way people connect.
All right, Brian Chesky of
Thank
Airbnb.
You.
So great to meet you. I'll let you know how it goes this weekend.
Yes, I can't wait to hear.
Thanks for joining us.